From houses formerly owned by celebrities to wildly haunted mansions. Stay tuned to number 1 to find out the 10 mansions that nobody wants to buy. Number 10. 50 Cent Mansion. No, this is not a mansion that is worth 50 cents, though if one was, I'm sure people would suspect that something was wrong with it. Rather, this is a mansion that was once owned by legendary rapper 50 Cent. Found in Farmington, Connecticut, the mansion itself went onto the market in 2015 and 50 Cent put it for sale for a whopping $18.5 million. Then, when he had bankruptcy issues, he lowered it to $8.5 million, then under $6 million, where it's been since that drop. Granted, this is a house that only millionaires can afford, but surely there is some reason for the house not to be sold. And there is. Mainly, it's big. Like, really big. Like, so big that it has 21 bedrooms, 25 bathrooms, an indoor pool and hot tub, a substantial nightclub, an indoor court, multiple game rooms, a green screen room, and a recording studio. So if you were interested, you'd have to be the kind of person who would want said things, and that kind of restricts the pool of people. Plus, who needs 21 bedrooms in a single mansion? That's kind of, elaborate to say the least. Looks like 50 Cent won't make a dime on this one. Get it? Because it's money? Never mind, I'll move on. Number 9. Golden Gate Glamour. In San Francisco, there are many homes, and just about all of them are expensive, which is why the city is one of the hardest places to live in and stay in. But for one mansion, they push this stereotype over the top, because this mansion is priced at about $30 million. And that's a lot of change for a single house. Sure, the house is elegant enough. It's 16,000 square feet, 7 bedrooms, 11 bathrooms with lots of amenities. But unless you're a person who needs this kind of house for a specific reason, you can find a better way to spend $30 million. Number 8. Steve Cohen's Mansion. Before we talk about this elaborate mansion, take a moment to like this video and join the Zero to Hero community by using the buttons below. Speaking of way too expensive, let's talk about Steve Cohen, who for some reason can't find a buyer for his skyward mansion in Manhattan. Technically, it's a penthouse duplex of sorts, but yeah, it's a mansion. It certainly has the size of a mansion and the price of one too, currently priced at the small number of $57.5 million. And that's after several price reductions. He once wanted 9 figures for the mansion. The main problem with this one though isn't price or even space, it's location. This is a mansion that has you viewing all of New York in all of its glory from the peak of the sky, and that's not for everyone. Plus, while the place is spacious, it was kind of built for Cohen's taste, which is why he has an art gallery. So what he really needs is someone like him to buy it, and good luck with that. Number 7. The Stone Sanctuary. Price is a big issue when it comes to buying a house, but another is looks. So for this mansion in Alpine, New Jersey, it's kind of a big warning. Not that it's bad, but it's very distinct. The property is actually owned by the Frick family, who were wealthy because of their still business. But the house itself is made of stone in such a way that it kind of looks like an ancient castle. Not to mention that the layout of the mansion isn't one that is standard in most people's eyes. Sure, it's got a pool, and a tennis court, and a massive garage. But if you're looking for a more simple kind of mansion, and yes, mansions can be simple, this isn't the one you'll want. Plus, the $40 million price tag doesn't help either. Number 6. Palazzo de Amor. Beverly Hills, that's where I want to be. Except for the fact that this infamous mansion called Palazzo de Amor has been taken on and off the listings chart because it's way too expensive, even for someone who lives in Beverly Hills. How much do they want? Well, $129 million. Exactly. Let's move on. Number 5. Michael Jordan's Mansion. Okay, I'll admit it. I'm amazed that someone decided to buy the mansion of Michael Jordan. You know, the greatest basketball player of all time. Quiet LeBron fans. I'm talking about the number 23 here. To be fair, it honestly makes a little sense that people wouldn't want the home. First off, it was built to Jordan's liking, complete with gates at the front that have 23 on them. It also has a workout room, a home theater, and more. Plus, because it's in Chicago, you're gonna have to have a reason to be in Chicago, which not everyone has. Some people even avoid Chicago because of its crazy traffic, and I can't blame them for not wanting to be close to that. Number 4. The Lewis Mansion. Here is a mansion that has all the makings of a good home. It's well crafted, it has much historical significance, it's in a good neighborhood, and even is on a street called Pleasant Avenue. So if you're looking to buy this mansion in Bayside, Long Island, you're going to get a heck of a deal, for the mansion is only $10, which is part of the reason no one is buying it, because they suspect foul play, like a haunting or something of the like. To be honest, it's not haunted, but it is cursed by a land deal. You see, the house used to be owned by a famous athlete turned FBI agent, Aubrey Lewis. When he passed, the county bought the house so that they could do some expansion by tearing it down and making 8 new houses in the area. But a historical society stepped in and made them promise not to destroy the house. They agreed to the terms, wherein lies the problem. Because that deal was made, another deal was made for the land. So whoever truly owns the house is required to move the whole house off the property because they technically don't own it. If you're curious, moving a house of that size, not easy or cheap, nor is buying a plot of land that would be able to fit it. So thus, no one wants it. Number 3. Ske Pierce Mansion. If we're really going to boil it down here, there are a few concrete reasons for a mansion not to be bought. 1. It's not the buyer's style. 2. The price is too much. 3. There's something about the house that isn't worth the risk in buying it. And 4. It's haunted. For the Ske Pierce Mansion, it's the latter option that keeps it from being bought. The house itself can be found in Massachusetts, and its price is only $329,000. You might think this is expensive for a mansion, but given that it's got 10 plus rooms, 3 bathrooms and more, it's actually dirt cheap for a mansion. But because it's considered one of the most haunted places in New England, it's not listed as a desirable place to live. Why is it haunted? Well, it may have to do with the fact that since 1875, when the mansion was built, 7 people lost their lives in the house, including a few confirmed murders. That's a good deterrent. But just as good is that the apparent spirits of these people are said to roam the halls and rooms of this mansion. So much so, in fact, that people have said to have seen fallen servants, children, and more roaming through the place even though no one lives there. This place is so haunted that it's even been featured in many paranormal TV shows. Number 2. The $1 House. To be fair, this technically isn't a mansion, it's just a regular house. However, when it comes to this house, its history and current state make it so that no one will likely ever want it. The house itself can be found in Hercules, near San Francisco, California. The house was originally bought by the county for a simple $1, no strings attached. It was their original intention to fix up the house for a bit and then use it as a visitor center of sorts for their city. A very noble idea. But as many things sometimes do, it didn't end that way, for the city realized it couldn't do what it wanted to do with the house, so they put it back on the market. From a certain angle, this would appear to be the deal of a lifetime. A $1 home. Perfect, right? Well, not from the front view of the house, where you'll clearly see that someone split the house in half. Like, completely, fully, and utterly. Confused? Well, this was the city's doing. They had started the renovations but couldn't finish them, and splitting the house in half was part of their renovations. Thus, if you were to buy this house, you'd have to fix it yourself somehow. This is likely why the house is still up for sale, and also why it won't be fixed up anytime soon if past history is to be judged. Take a tip, kids. Be sure to check out the home before you buy it. Number 1. Winchester Mansion. Let me tell you a story. It's about a man named Winchester. Well, his last name was Winchester, that is. His first name was William, and he was the creator of one of the most legendary rifles in the history of the world, the Winchester rifle. This was the gun that helped tame the Wild West and helped to bring in a new age of rifle that could be felt in impact for generations to come. Now, let me tell you about William's wife, Sarah, who felt a much different emotion with the guns that her husband was selling. You see, she was told by a fortune teller that the guns that her husband was making and getting a fortune from were going to curse her. mainly by her being haunted by the spirits of the people that lost their lives. Afraid for her life, Sarah decided to build an overly elaborate mansion, one that would have thousands of windows, doors, and hundreds of rooms, all with the purpose of keeping her away from the spirits that were haunting her. This house was built for many years, and Sarah passed away soon after it was completed. Technically, the house is currently owned by someone, but not to live in. Rather, it's used as a tourist destination so that people can see firsthand how far Sarah went to keep her location a secret from the ghosts. Some actually feel it's still haunted by those spirits. What do you think about these mansions? Are there any that you're planning to buy? Let us know in the comments below and take care.